Welcome back. With a mission to help aspiring healthcare professionals reach their goals, MJHS Health System launched a training opportunity for certified nursing assistants. The program aims to teach participants important skills and responsibilities of this hands-on role. The assistant administrator for MJHS Isabella Center for Rehabilitation and Nursing Care, Jessica Garcia-Robinson, joins me to discuss the program. Jessica, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me. It's actually great to be back at Lehman College as an alum.
Oh, that's awesome. Congrats. That's
Yes.
cool. Now, I want to talk about just nursing in general because I think if you're outside of the healthcare system, you just think nurse and that's it. So, can you just talk a little bit about the different roles, specifically for a certified nursing assistant?
So a certified nursing assistant plays a critical role. There's no doubt about that. So the CNA provides activities of daily living support with that. So that includes dressing, eating, bathing, as opposed to a registered nurse that holds a licensure that's able to provide medical care. And examples of that is medication administration, doing clinical assessments, while the CNA holds a certification to provide patient care under the supervision of a registered nurse.
Okay, thank you so much for explaining the difference because I think for the longest time I never really could tell. So that clarifies so much for me. So thank you. Now, can you talk about the Certified Nursing Assistant Training Program?
Absolutely. Isabella Center for Rehabilitation and Nursing Care has been offering this program since 2007. But like many facilities during the height of the pandemic, it had to be on pause.
Okay.
We're excited to reinstate the program with the support in part by one of our board members. The program is typically 5 to 6 weeks. The state has a minimum hours of requirements that students must meet or participants must meet. But at Isabella Center, we offer additional hours, additional training hours. We do that for various reasons. We want to make sure that we're preparing students, participants for the field. Also, we want to give the support in terms of their experience.
Now, can you talk about, you said you want to prepare them for the field. Can you just talk about like why that's so important? Because I think a lot of people don't, they get into it because there's like, oh yeah, there's so, there's a lot of opportunity there. But it's really an important, position to have. So can you talk about, why that was important for your organization to make sure that you truly prepare them?
Absolutely. Healthcare, the industry, it's one that is rewarding, but also it's one that's significant. You're caring for people who are ill, and there are various ways to do that. Our job is to ensure that they're prepared, that they're caring for these individuals, our residents, I should say, with the utmost respect, that they're honoring their rights, and of course, that they're treating them the way that they should be treated.
Now, what are the requirements needed to join this program?
The requirements are having a high school diploma or its equivalent, preferably experience as a caregiver or a health home aide, and also having the compassion to want to do it.
Now, what are some of the areas this program focuses on? So basically, what can people expect when they join this program?
The program focuses on a culmination of training areas, which include basic nursing skills, personal care skills, caring for individuals with cognitive impairments, like someone with dementia, Alzheimer's disease, also residents' rights, and making sure that they're supporting and assisting with their activities of daily living. And we do that through classroom instruction, clinical labs, and also on-unit direct care under the supervision of a RN, a registered nurse.
Now, why is it important to encourage more individuals to join the healthcare field? I can just, obviously outside of that, I know like during the pandemic, there was so much need for people in healthcare. Can you just explain why it's important that more people are encouraged to kind of take on these roles?
Yes. So people who join or enter the healthcare field want to help in some kind of way. Given the opportunity to help in itself is rewarding. So we want to make sure that we are encouraging people to join the field because that's what they want to do. They want to give back in some kind of way. Everyone knows someone that's medically ill or needs medical assistance.
Now, I understand that this is also a free program. That's correct?
It is a free program, absolutely.
Okay. Now, I think that's truly amazing because I think in regard to just healthcare, it tends to be, or people often think, oh my gosh, you have to go to school for so many years. It's so expensive. Can you talk about how, you guys are kind of stepping away from that ideology?
Yeah, so as mentioned, the program is supported in part by one of our board members, and Isabella Center is part of MJHS Health System, which is a nonprofit organization that's committed to eliminating barriers. And we pride ourselves in giving opportunities and access to education, and having the CNA training program is one of those.
Now, I'm curious to know a little bit. Like we were talking about how this field is basically just about helping people, and of course, there's an opportunity for the participant to grow. But can you talk about what inspired you, to also join this field?
Yeah, so Isabella Center offers various healthcare professions, which includes but not limited to social workers, dietitians, doctors, nurses, housekeepers, therapists of all sorts, occupational therapists, physical therapists, and recreational therapists. Um, I'm living proof of a career advancement. When I went to Isabella, I was the supervisor for the recreation department. And then I became the director for recreation, and now I'm the assistant administrator. So the organization absolutely supports career advancement. I personally entered the field because I wanted to give back. I wanted to help. I definitely wanted to help, and I'm still doing that to this day.
That's amazing, and I love to hear that. Organizations like yours, there is growth. Because I think a lot of times people feel maybe a little bit discouraged, like, oh, maybe I'm just starting out here. But there is an opportunity to kind of grow. Can you talk about, some of the opportunities that come after maybe you take this program and you go through it? What are some of the opportunities available to those participants?
Absolutely. So anyone who's becoming a CNA through this program, it's an entryway to the healthcare industry, and also getting a healthcare career. The organization provides other opportunities for advancement, some including tuition reimbursement. So if anyone's interested in employment opportunities, they can visit www.mjhs.jobs.
Now, what are the qualities of a successful participant in this program? Because I think a lot of people are going to hear this. They're going to be like, oh, yeah, I definitely want to join. But what does it take to actually succeed in the program?
Well, you have to be committed, compassionate, and most importantly, invested in caring.
Now, at the end of we were talking about this, how at the end of the training program, there's going to be opportunities for employment. Can you just talk a little bit about the Menorah Center and the Isabella Center? I understand that they could go into either one of those.
Yes, successful candidates, participants, students who complete the program and also obtain their certification are awarded instant career opportunities either at Isabella Center, which is located in Upper Manhattan, or Menorah Center, which is located in Brooklyn.
Now, what are the actual steps towards applying? Like, is there something that you have to write? Do you need recommendations? Could you just let people know what the steps are?
So if you're interested, you can send your inquiries at careerinfo.mjhs.org.
Now, I understand for a lot of people that are probably watching, this may be the first time, if they decide to go through with it, that they will have a professional or a pathway to a professional career. What would you say to encourage people who may feel a little bit intimidated by joining the healthcare field?
What I would say is let it go. You're always going to have the fear of what could go wrong, or what you could do wrong. But if you're doing what your heart is telling you to do, and if you're committed and you have the support, you'll succeed.
Now, I want to talk about Nurse Week a little bit. We're going to actually have a full segment on that, but I just wanted to get your thoughts, as somebody who works in that field, why is it so important that we, honor our nurses and kind of have a moment to recognize a lot of the work that they do?
Nurses are the front line. They are in it 24/7, and it's important to acknowledge their dedication, their consistency, their commitment. And though we do it every day, celebrating them is something that is extremely important.
Now, do you have any advice for people, who, let's say they're probably young, maybe just starting to go into school, that kind of want to go into nursing or healthcare? What advice would you give somebody who's kind of just beginning that journey?
And the advice I would give is find a mentor. Do your research, see what's out there. There's so many nursing opportunities, including being a certified nursing assistant. And perhaps starting there will then lead to advancement.
And can you talk about your experience here at Lehman? I think it's so amazing. That is kind of like a full circle moment.
Yeah.
Can you talk about your experience and at Lehman and how it led you to kind of having the career that you have now?
Absolutely. So I got my undergraduate degree at Lehman. I don't want to say how long ago, but in therapeutic recreation, and I minored in speech pathology. So with the degree, and I'm also a certified therapeutic recreation specialist, I was able to obtain a career in the field that has led me here.
That's amazing. So there's so many options and so many pathways. I think a lot of people get stuck on like, I have to be a nurse or a doctor, but there's just so many avenues that could be taken. Can you just talk a little bit about, why that was important for you or how you encourage people, kind of to not really kind of have that track mind that it's, either you're a doctor or a nurse?
Yeah, for me, I was exposed. And when you're in a healthcare facility like Isabella Center, you see all the different disciplines. You work with all the different disciplines. And so you broaden up your horizon, so to speak, and you start to learn and you start to gain. And from there, it leads the way.
Well, Jessica, thank you so much for joining us to have this conversation.
Thank you for having me again.
If you would like to find out about any job opportunities within MJHS, please go to their website at www.mjhs.org. And if you would like to sign up for the Certified Nursing Assistant Program, please email careerinfo@mjhs.org. We have to take a quick break, but we'll be back with more open right after this.